Hi you guys, welcome back. My name is Carrie Penny. I am the Happy Crafty Homemaker, and today we're going to be going over my January yarn bingo card and seeing what I managed to do and not to do so far this month. Well, not so far this month because we're now in February. I can't believe it. January was long and short at the same time, so it's really kind of weird. I got my craft journal for 2021. I do actually have some things highlighted from my goals list, my projects to do this year list. Kind of pleased with myself, not gonna lie. And I've got my yarn bingo card already taped in here. So you can see I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? 1, 2, 3, no, 4. Looking at it backwards. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. No, that's just one. Never mind. That's just one big block there. It's a 4. Numbers and visual acuity. Welcome to a different part of my yarn wall. The sun is pouring in through the other side of the blinds because the sun is right there at that perfect angle to peek in. So we're over here today. All right, so if you've never been with me for a yarn bingo video walkthrough thing, I'm just going to follow across the card, left to right, top to bottom. I'll tell you what I actually did, not bore you with the stuff I didn't do. The first one was finish a WIP. Make sure I don't knock my camera off. I've already knocked it over twice. The WIP I finished was the Infinity Scarf from my Crochet Surprise box for the month of January. Next, out with the old. Go through your stash and give something away you are not going to use anyway. In the new buy one new skein to replace the old. So I sent out a couple of happy mails that were from my stash. And I did place an order on Joann's.com for the magenta and charcoal scarfy yarn. I got 5 balls of it. So that is what I brought in new. And I think that's the only order or yarn purchase I made. Let's look at my yarn band sheet. Yeah, that's the only one that I made for the month of January. So they had it on sale 50% off, and then I had a coupon for free shipping. So I went ahead and bought the 5 balls I wanted to have of that color. Save your yarn wrappers from your projects, and let's see how much yarn you go through a month. And which bag did I stick those in? I've got so much stuff sitting here on the floor, it's not even funny. This is my bulldog clip with January's yarn ball bands in it. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 yarn ball bands for January, which isn't that much until you realize like all of these are 200 gram balls. I made a blanket this month, so it's not. You'll get fluff. Set that right there. Blanket in progress. So the blanket in progress I am working on is putting together my Advent Square blanket. I actually only have 1 square on the final row left to put into rows, and then it's just attaching to this. So hopefully by the weekend I will have that done. I am not going to be able to film my show and tell tomorrow. We have some scheduling conflicts, so I don't know when I'll get a show and tell up. I was hoping to have that done for the show and tell, but I'm doing this instead for, well, it's Thursday for you, it's Wednesday for me. So yeah, I'm not going to be able to film tomorrow, and I would have that at least all pieced together by the end of the night tonight, but I'm not going to be able to film tomorrow. So yeah, we're doing this early. It will be in my show and tell though next week, hopefully. Row 2. Create something for Valentine's Day. It's just around the corner. I can't share it. I don't even think I brought it over here. It's on. No, I did. So I'll show you the same corner I did during my show and tell. So this is a, show you the little peach. It's a test knit, and the pattern hasn't been released yet, so I can't really show you the project, but clean up your yarn stash and look for your giveaway yarn. I did that. Actually, I laid hands on everything. It started with trying to fix my fingering weight yarn so I could see what I had. I was looking for some very specific colors and couldn't quite see what I had. I knew what brands they were. So I did reorganize, in particularly the fingering weight, by like my Knit Picks yarn, my Indie Dyed yarn. I have some Knit Crate yarn down there. So I did fully reorganize the fingering weight, but I also went through everything else and got everything else kind of organized. I'm pleased with myself. If you look at my video that went live on Tuesday night, the thumbnail for that is actually a picture of this yarn wall, so you'll be able to see it all together. Finish a WIP. I made a hanky cowl. So that is a finished WIP for me. And I think that's the last time I need to talk about it, which means I can now put it in my newly organized closet so I can see all my shawls and scarves and hats. I'm not going to take a picture of my closet and share it with you guys. Just know I organized it. That's a little intimate to share with you my closet, my actual bedroom closet, because there's no way to like hide the fact that's my bedroom closet. Next one was finish a WIP, and this is one of my 6 blankets that I know for sure I want to finish this year. And that's all in Premier Basics. That's what that, all those 200 gram. Free space was the next one. Make something to give away. So I'm not quite sure how this is going to work out, because I really love how both of these Silent Night Cowls have worked up or are working up. I intended to give this one away, and this is using the same yarn from the hanky cowl there. This is a Premier Luna in the colorway Venus. This is the second ball of the 3-pack I had. Really loving working on it. It's been a little bit of a slow week to sit at the desk, and that's been sitting on my desk all week. Share an idea for February. I had work on a Christmas gift for 2021. Let's get these started early this year. I'm really bad about not getting my Christmas gifts done until, or even started until like August. So let's do it early. Make a project book. Et voilà. Done and done. Create a cowl. So I used my count on this from the Easy Peasy Lemon cowl, but I didn't really follow the pattern as far as like how to add the yarns in. And I've been wearing this a lot when I go on my walks. I've been walking later in the afternoon, and it's been super windy the last couple weeks, and so I have been wearing the daylights out of that and its matching hat. Finish a WIP. The other Silent Night cowl, and this one is done. Obviously finish a WIP. I still need to weave in my ends, but I still love how that turned out, and it's so soft. This might also end up getting gifted, but it's so soft. It's so soft. That's why I'm now having a problem, because it's like I was going to make it for me. Then I was like, well, I know somebody who would really like it, but I really like it. But now I really like that one. So now I'm like torn. Once they're all done, I'll figure it out. Share a link of a past project that you think someone would like to make. I shared the link for the Ross hat, and I will leave that linked down below here as well. Make a list of goals for January. I have an entire video in January dedicated to my goals for 2021, not just for January. Although I did kind of set out that I wanted to be able to upload 3 videos every week in the month of January, and I did somehow manage to squeeze that out. So I'm pretty pleased with that. And finish another WIP. Where did I miss something? I did. Okay. Well, this is finish a WIP. That's the last thing on the bottom row. I missed the last 2 things on row 2. Begin working on a project that will take a year to make. Examples are temperature blankets, scrap blankets, etc. So I didn't actually start a new one. I am continuing an old one, but it's going to take a long time. Like, this is going to be on the queue for a long time. But I went back to working. Well, I have 2 here. So I have the Cozy Mystery Cowl blocks for January. That is a year-long cowl. But I am also working on my worsted weight granny scrap blanket. So I'm sewing these together in 4 patches and then bordering them in black. I have a couple rows already done, but it's going to be a huge blanket, and I want a huge blanket. So this is going to take probably at least through this year, but I am trying to do this as I go so I don't end up with a huge stack of blocks to deal with at the end. As soon as I have some variety, I kind of start sewing these together and go from there. But I was really pleased. All of these are fresh 4 patches. Like, none of these have been shared, and some of these are actually newly crocheted blocks. Like, some of these are scraps from that big finished blanket. I am also pulling together an advent calendar for myself, just like I did last year using my worsted weight scraps. I'm not sure if I'll do another blanket like I did last year or do something different. But the other one I missed on row 2 was create something from scrap yarn. And that was my extra long brim Ross hat to match my walking cowl. So yeah, I'm very pleased with this set. It stays very, very warm, but because of the lightness of the fingering weight wool, it stays breathable. I don't get like the head sweats. When my body gets warm, I don't get the head sweats. So I'm really enjoying that. Really getting a lot of use out of that. Yeah. So that was everything. That was all my completed blocks there. In January, I used 3,164 grams of yarn and completed 6,380.73 yards. So that's a substantial amount. Now I did start and finish a blanket, but I also made a decision of how to either finish or divest of my Jada and Stitches 2019 blanket, because that's never been counted as a finished project. I did decide to just go ahead and donate it to the animal shelter as it is. I'm not going to finish it. I love the idea of it, but I don't know why I made the decision to do an applique blanket like that, knowing how much I hate sewing on appliques. So I did go ahead and just decide to donate that as it is. The yarn that's still on the cart upstairs for that, I will transition that into the T-Doddles mystery or cozy mystery cowl squares and other projects as I go. But yeah, I did decide to divest of that, but that was only 600 grams of that. So I mean, I still had a substantial amount aside from that. Yeah, that was still over 2,000 just in that. So based on the way I did my yarn band this year, it's a low buy, not a ban. Last year was a ban. This year I'm doing a low buy. I started my years off budget with $246, and that was based on how many grams I completed last year. For every 100 grams, I can add $1 into my budget. So for the month of January, I added $31.64 to my budget. I spent $34.10. So right now, I still have a budget this year of $243.71. So I did pretty good on that. Broke broke even, so I haven't like dipped into my ability to make one big purchase at any point in time. And I still have 5 blankets left to make that I know for sure I want to make this year. So, and I have the yarn for those. That's going to be a bit of an undertaking. Well, I have the yarn for 2 of them. 2, I don't know what colors they're going to be in yet because I haven't heard back from the people who are going to be getting them. And 1 I am holding out on. I have yarn to make the blanket for the person, but it's not the perfect combination, but I can't find the perfect combination in stock right now. So if it continues to be out of stock as we hit warmer weather, and that's the only blanket I have left to make, I will go ahead and just make it with what I have and coordinate another project with the ideal colors. Anyway, that is all I have for you for the yarn bingo. If you're interested in playing along next month, the card is in the Yarn Bingo Facebook group, which I will leave linked down below. Robin Kirkpatrick has been doing our cards for the last couple months, and she is doing a fantastic job. I will leave her information down below as well. So you guys take care. I love you, and I will see you guys real soon. Bye, guys.